Welcome to the Rahim Show. We are excited to have you join us live. Meet our team and follow us via Facebook and YouTube as we bring you interactive discussions, educational literacy, entertainment, spirit-filled content, and so much more. Thanks for tuning in and we appreciate your support. Welcome to the Rahim Show. We are excited to have you join us live. Meet our team and follow us via Facebook and YouTube as we bring you interactive discussions, educational literacy, entertainment, spirit-filled content, and so much more.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on Facebook and YouTube? This is your boy Ricky Ali Raj. I'm back on the block. It's good to be back in the studio. If you're tuning in via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome to the Rahim Show. I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali. I'm waiting for some of my colleagues that are supposed to be with me tonight, and it's good to be back. I had a good time in Liberia, and I will share that experience with you all momentarily. But it's good to be back on the show. The Rahim Show is live tonight. And if you are tuning in, I want to say welcome to the show. The show comes live on Tuesday and Thursday. Sometimes we have a schedule change provided if we have a guest. So it's not really, Tuesday and Thursday mandatory, but we make some changes as we have, guests that want to come on live. But it's good to be back. Which first of all started by saying it is a beautiful thing to be alive, and I'm grateful to be back after a 2 week vacation in Liberia. I had an awesome time while I was away, but we are back tonight on the Rahim Show. So I'm just waiting for some of my colleagues to be part of the show tonight. But if you're tuning in via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome to the show. This is where we provide good information, help people want to come to their businesses, promote society at large. So if you want to be part of the show, just send me a message and I would, send you an invite to come and be a part of the show. But welcome, 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 welcome. Just for a short night because of my uh, trip. I just wanted to share my experience. I don't have a guest tonight, but I have my colleague who's going to be part of the show tonight. So if you're watching the show, I will share some numbers so we can discuss some things about Liberia. I was there 2 weeks, so I had a great experience. I'm going to share that experience with you. So stay tuned, be a part of the show tonight. First of all, let me start by saying one thing that I want to tell people out there: if you're watching the show, live well, be a good example, and above all, put God first in everything you do. I see a lot of crazy things today in our world. People are just doing things that please the flesh and have forgotten to know that God is watching them. So I'm telling you, live well, be a good example, and above all, put God first in everything you do. So I'm just waiting for some of my colleagues to be a part of the show tonight. This is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Ricky Ali. But I also want to share something about a friend of mine who is doing an incredible work, Daniel P. Charles. So I just wanted to share something about his book. Just give me one moment. Let me share something about his new book. This book, I don't know about you, but sometime in life we have our dad movement, and our brother wrote this book to share that movement. If you see the book is written by Daniel P. Charles Jr., an incredible young man, the champion walk, your undisputed framework for overcoming rather doubt and that movement. You know, we all have a time where we experience that moment in our lives. So he wrote a very incredible book, and I'm going to be part of that launching of the book in November. So I'm also telling you to purchase the book. I'm going to share the link. Also, the link is here, so you can go on the link there and then purchase your book. The link, if you want to order the book, you can order it directly. HTTP slash Daniel P. richards.com/book, and then you're gonna see the link. I already shared the link right there, so you can go and purchase the book. The book is very good. This is a champion work. The book generation, the book of generation. I have been rating for. This is a third book he is rating. A very incredible young man. So I just wanted to share that, so you can make a purchase if you want to buy the book. We all have our that moment in life. So I mean, he made an incredible, a piece, masterpiece. So you can purchase that book, and then you'll be able to read his experience. I mean, we all can relate that we have our own circumstances and situation in life. So visit our link and purchase a book. I tell you, you're gonna really enjoy reading that book. I'm gonna be part of the ceremony for the launching of that book in November. So I'm just waiting for a few of my colleagues to join me as we just have a late conversation as we come back to from my 2 week vacation in Liberia. I had a great experience. I'm going to share that experience, but I just want one or two of my colleagues to be a part of the show tonight so that we can be able to just have some great time. But if you have a conversation that you want us to talk about, feel free to just send me a Facebook message, and then I can send you an invite so we can discuss it. But Liberia. I don't know, but I got a lot of things to say about that country. A lot of things to say tonight about Liberia. We still have a lot of work to be done. It is not about which political party you belong to. It's all about Liberia. Liberia should be the first and foremost things that we should prioritize. I don't know, but the situation in Liberia is very, very different from what people say. I mean, if you haven't been there, you won't know what is happening. I was among the 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 the, the, the Zogo, all the guys. And I got a lot of video that I had. Some movement that I had with people. I got all the video as well. So I tell you, it's incredible. It's incredible for you to be, and let's say, fly from Liberia and hear what people say, and also be on the scene. It's a two different things. So I've been in Liberia for 2 weeks, and I tell you, I was on motorbike. I was riding pimping, and me say keke rider. All of those things, I ride those things just to have my own personal experience and make my own assessment as I, stay for that 2 weeks. So it was an amazing, experience. But I will share that. I'm just waiting for one or two of my colleagues to come and be a part of the show tonight. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the Rahim Show. We resume our business at normal, even though I want to make some changes to the show because of some personal engagement. It's too tight for me, and trying to work that with my colleagues because I don't want to make decision behind them. But it's very tight to have the show at the same time. I take care of school, family, all the kind of things. It can be tiring, but we tried our best to come live, at least to be able to talk about things that help our society and affect our society, our lives. So you want to be part of the show, send me a message and I can send you an invite so you can just be part of the conversation tonight. We are just having a welcome movement because the show has been uh, off for a little while because of my trip to Liberia, that strategic trip that I made to Liberia. But it's good to be back. So if you have watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say thank you for tuning in, and also those of you who support the show. I want to say thanks for your support. Keep doing what you do. It's all about uplifting one another. That's what Liberia should be about. We shouldn't be, you know, uh, suppressing one another. We should always learn to help one another. I see a lot of crazy things happening today on Facebook. Women are doing a lot of things, illicit things, abusing one another. Using social media to degrade themselves and do a lot of things which is not right. I mean, you should be able to set example as a person, have a good character, live well, above all, put God first. If you have respect, and you love God, there are a lot of things that you will ignore and a lot of things you won't respond to. So be a good person and be a good example as well. So if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome to the Rahim Show. I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back this night. No guests. We're just having a good conversation to welcome our viewer back to the show that we I finally resumed our podcast. So if you're watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, welcome. I'm just waiting for one or two of my colleagues who I invited to come on the show so I can share my experience from Liberia. Oh my goodness, I ate. You want to know what I ate? I ate some organic food. Oh my God, the plum. I started with the plum the first day that I went. I started with a whole bucket of plum, the German plum, the raw plum, the one that can hit in your teeth, all the plum. I ate, and ate. That's why we say nowhere is like home. This is where we have a lot of freedom. We do a lot of things, and we move about. It's not common in the USA where you just everybody's basic. This is where people hustle. But in Liberia, you can move about. You go to your friend place. You just walk around. You feel at home. I mean, it's a good place to. That's why we are praying for the better, for Liberia to be a better place, so that we can go back home and feed that sense of unity among ourselves, so we can have a better society. That's what we pray for. Somehow we are getting old. I tell you, 20 years from now, we'll be, God forbid, we'll be holding stake. And we just making like we are discussing like bro, a better like bro for our children, not for ourselves, because we are our age already past the calendar. But it was a great experience. I ate a lot of organic food. And some of you who know, the plum season is now in Liberia, a lot of plum. So I mean, great experience, great experience, great experience. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the Rahim Show. And for all my supporter, and let me just make this to all of you who are watching the show. We are in summer in the US here. If you are looking for good clothing, I will mention three different businesses name. Three different businesses name. If you are looking for good clothing for your spouse, including yourself, then I will tell you, visit nowhere but these two or three places. It depends on how you want the dress code to look like. If you're looking for something for church and occasion wise, then I would tell you visit AC African Collection. AC African Collection. The CEO is my sister Antoinette Clark. She sell a lot of beautiful ladies and men clothing. And also my own friend and brother. If you are looking for real Jan, nice suit, very good suit that you can take to every occasion and even office, then you want to visit the T Benz Classic. This is where you find a lot of quality. And the thing about it, the prices just equate the material. The prices equate the material. The prices are very nice. And the thing about it, we like brand, we use what we call set pay. If you can pay all, you pay some. You just make sure you pay the time that you want to pay. You just with that 2 weeks time, make sure you pay that money. So I mean, if you want quality things for your husband, for your wife, just visit these two different places. And then lastly, have you ever heard about Simple but Heavy? The CEO is my own brother, Sal. This guy is promoting lifestyle to the highest. If you are looking for cash on a very nice suit, very nice, just look simple, but you are heavy. That's why you need the whole brand Simple but Heavy. Very nice clothing. If you are looking for something like that, then I will tell you visit my friend and brother Sal. He got a lot of good, simple but heavy clothing. So these are three places that I want you, if you're looking for things for your summer, best things like African for your wife and for yourself, visit African Collection, and then T Benz Classy. This is where you can find better suit, very nice suit for the summer. It's getting hot. You all want to look nice. You want to go to that baby shower, you want to go to that birthday party, you want to go to that place, then visit AC African Collection and also T-Band Classique. These are places you can find great suit, nice suit. Then if you want to know simple but heavy, then I refer you to my friend and brother Sao, simple but heavy. He got all the very nice, brand that he himself designed. It's not something that you can, you see somebody replicating. No, it's something that he creates his own brand. Simple but heavy. Very nice clothes. I will share some of the, some of the thing momentarily, but I just want one of my colleagues to come on so I can share my own experience that I had in Liberia. But it's good to be back, on the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Ricky Ali. If you are tuning via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm just waiting for some of my colleagues, but also don't forget to purchase the book. The book, uh, about the dark movement. Incredible young man, like myself, Daniel P. Chas. He wrote a very important book. We are going for that launching of the book in November. The book is what we call the undisputed framework. He the Forever Intelligent. He wrote another book called Forever Intelligent. Very incredible book. Now he write now he wrote another book when he was faced with situation, he used the situation to come up with a very incredible book called Overcoming Darks and Dark Moment. We all face that moment in our lives. So I want you to purchase that book. And to purchase that book, let me share the link. Use this link, the link that I'm sharing, use that link to purchase that book because you might not have the ticket to go for that launching because it was specific people that were selected for that launching of the book. So that is the link to purchase that book. It is your own librarian, brother. Purchase that book. And you don't have to be a librarian. I guess I got some friend, Nigerian friend, Ghanaian friend, all the people who are watching, but you can purchase that book. Let us promote one another as African. So that is the link to purchase the book. I'm just waiting for one or two of my colleagues to come online so I can share my experience from Liberia. But to be honest, I am not going to say because I supported Jose Yoma Boaka and compromise the reality, the thing that I've seen when I was there for the 2 weeks in Liberia. I'm going to share real things that I were able to see vis-a-vis, vis-a-vis. The English means the man said vis-a-vis mean see it from my eye myself. So I'm just waiting for one or two of my colleagues that I invited to come so we can just have a like casual welcome on the Rahim show because it's like it's been a little while we haven't had a show and it's good to be back. But if you want to come live, if you have your business, you want me to you want to come and talk about your business, you are welcome. We are here. This particular platform, like I said before, and I will always say it, is established to promote Liberian anyone for that matter. You can be a Liberian, you can be an African, you can be whoever. Come on the show. We will promote your business. We are here to uplift people, not to look down upon people and not to ridicule anybody, but we are here to lift people up because this is where society should be. This is how society rather should be. We should be able to help one another to grow, motivate one another so that they can become a better person in society or better version. So it's not about degrading somebody, it's not about looking down upon somebody, it's not about castigating, it's not about this is not about that. It is about how we can be able to build a better society by promoting one another. So if you want to be a part of the show and want to come live, send me a message. I can send you the phone. You fill out the phone. This time we have phone. It's not just about, oh yeah, I want to come, but we have a very unique phone that we send out. You fill out that phone. And then you just tell us what you want to discuss about on that phone. And we made the arrangement and we can have you live, even though we don't have the show in the daytime because we come on the show. We work in the daytime, so that's why you see the show is happening in the night. But as time go along, we can make some adjustment depending on the availability and during the daytime. But it's good to be back. If you're watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, welcome to the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Ricky Ali. I guess some people in Liberia are viewing this show right now, but I want to tell you about uh, uh, my own pastor. He's doing an incredible job, Pastor S. Oliver Kwam. He's doing an incredible job in Liberia, and some of the work that he does. I'm really, really, excited for the way God is, leading him. And then he also have something that he does every day, called the verse of the day devotion. The verse of the day, and a lot of time we don't read our Bible because we get caught up with so much things, work and other things get our minds so caught up, so that we can even have like our own quiet time or so. May God forgive us. Nobody is perfect, but I'm telling you, it is always good to follow his 5 minute devotion. Let's say verse of the day devotion. I'm gonna play that in the meantime while I'm waiting for my guest. But it's very important that we take advantage of these things, because the Bible say the word of God should edify our soul. So it's always good to listen to the word of God, and then take your time and read your Bible. And so I mean, the whole platform here is, it has a segment where we talk about spirit filled. So most of the time, and not just about, and we are discussing, we all are religious people. We love God, and we are alive because of his grace. So sometimes we have to do things that are spiritual and edify our soul. So let's watch his 5 minute devotion while I'm waiting for some of my colleagues to be a part of this. But it's amazing to see that he's doing an incredible work, and talking about the word of God. So let's watch this.
Good morning. Welcome to the verse of the day. Psalm 91, verse 7 to verse 8. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. So God is talking here about the reward of the wicked, the things that happen to because of wickedness, because of the wickedness that's on the earth. 1,000 are perishing, 10,000 are falling, destruction all over. But the Bible says it shall not come near you, which means that God has given unto you divine exemption. And that's what God wants to do to his children. He wants to exempt us from the things that are happening. The Bible says he puts a difference between those that serve God and those that do not serve God. So let us always be thankful. Let us always live in an attitude of gratitude, in an attitude of being grateful, because the evil that are not happening to us are not by chance. They are not happening to us because God has given us divine exemption. He has said that this thing will not happen. And sometimes God exempts us from things by stopping certain things that we think is a blessing, certain things that we think.
Yeah, you see, sometimes God stops something, or exempt something that you might think, is a blessing. God is so good. There are a lot of time people misconstrue, the mystery of God. So I love, I don't want to go into everything because of time. I'm waiting for some of my colleagues so that I can be able to share my own experience when I was in Liberia. I know how did it go, my 2 weeks vacation, strategic vacation that I had. It was amazing, time experience. I ate a lot of organic food, and I'm willing, to share those experience. And also, when it comes to the issue of how Liberia, you know, right now, the state of Liberia, when it comes to this present leadership. So, some of the things I will share my own perspective, but it's important. It is important. I'm just waiting for my colleague that I invited. Uh, to come and be a part of this. Welcome, welcome. This is just a welcome show tonight because we've been away for, I think, a month or so. We haven't had a show in a month because, so much engagement got us so occupied until we never had a show. But it's always good to be back. We're going to resume our broadcast and as usual. And we want you to be a part of the show. If you want to, come live and share your own experience, be a part. As I said, this show is established to uplift people. We are not here. We are here to, whether you are from whatever background you come from, We are here to uplift people because this is about society, making society a better place. We all want to make society a better place. This is why we established show for to, and we want to see Mama Liberia being a better place, and that's one of the reasons why we discuss sometimes national issue on this particular platform, because we want to see a better Liberia. Because when Liberia is better, it's not just for some of us who are getting old, but it's about our children. How our children can say, "Oh yeah, mommy, daddy, we want to go back to Liberia where you come from. We want to see how Liberia looked, so they can be able to see the better Liberia." So that's why when we are discussing national issue, we are trying to be very transparent and discuss the issue that promote our society and bring some changes that we want to see, because it's all about making Liberia a better place. So if you're watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, welcome. This is the CEO and this is the host, Ricky Ali, and it's good to be back. Okay, I think some of my colleagues are kind of engaged right now, because one just sent me a message say, "Oh yeah, I apologize, I can't make it." So let me just use this time to share my experience that I had in Liberia. You know, I had the experience would be like, I will explain some one side about how I enjoy some of the things, or so, and another side has to do with the state as a whole, on the aggregate. How do I assess Liberia, when it comes to the state standing as a whole? So let me start by saying it was an incredible 2 weeks that I had, and my trip to Liberia was very strategic. I went to execute some project, and as God could have it, that project was fulfilled. So I want to give God the praise for that strength, and also for His preservation for taking me through that 2 weeks of stay in Liberia. I also want to send a shout out to my mother-in-law who took very good care of me. Beatrice Hope Dennis. You are an incredible mother. Thank you for all the time. You fed me. You took good care of me, and I just want to say I am full of gratitude towards the great things you did for me when I was in Liberia, and I want to say thank you. May God bless you, and all those who also came around. Some of my family members, and so I want to say thank you for the time we had together. But let me start out with some of the good things that I had, before I get to the issue about Liberia, how I assessed Liberia when I was there. So some of the good things that I had, I ate good food. To be honest, I ate. I even came back home with 5 to 6 different pound increase on my, because normally when I was traveling, I stood on the scale and saw how much weight I had. But when I went to Liberia and came back, I increased 6 different pounds. Imagine, when you go to Liberia, everybody bringing food for you, your dad when them bringing food for you, all the women are bringing the GB, the domo, you know how it is. When you go to Liberia, everybody want to bring food for you to eat. So it was a very incredible time, and I ate heavy. I ate all the Uganda food, plantain, plum, yam, cassava. We call yuca cassava. Maybe some of you might not want to ask what is cassava. If you're watching this is yuca is what we call cassava. So I ate cassava, ate all the food, and I was when it comes to the enjoyment part, I hardly I didn't go anywhere like club or anything, because those things are far from me also. But I had an incredible time for the late time I did at my breakfast, dinner, all the things it was incredible. But on a side note, when it comes to, my own assessment of how the state of Liberia, my own personal assessment of the state of Liberia, there are a lot to be done. I will speak with all honesty. You can be on whatever platform, whatever political party you for. I'm giving you the definition of what I saw. The definition of what I saw vis-a-vis. I was on the ground. So it's not about me being, part of this political party, or me subscribe to this, political, agenda. So no, it's about what I was able to see from my own assessment, as somebody who went to see, what a Liberia, I was there 2021. I was there 2021. And just what I saw 2021 is the same. I didn't see real changes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are building. People think when somebody is building one or two houses, it means there is a change. Yeah, it's good to do, building, but you don't see somebody building zero around her, you say it's a development. No, it's not a development. But, on a side note, to be honest, I would say there and point it out plain blank. I know they said the Japanese government have taken over that whole road from Vietown all the way to Broadview or to Douala. But I tell you, we cannot be focusing on bush road, forgetting to know commercial road are very, very terrible. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The first thing that the investor will want to see is how does your capital look like? If your capital doesn't look good, will the investor go in the bush and see the road that you face? No. How many people will live in the bush so much? No. So you see, you have to start building the capital, cleaning the capital, make it low refined so that when people come, people can see. I was so sad to see even the Dew River, the one from West Point all the way going to let's say Valentine area there. There are a lot of dirt, that on top of the water. People are putting dirt into the water, putting dirt into the water, putting dirt into the water. And I tell you, from history, Liberia has a continental slope, meaning that Liberia is very rich. The thing we call buka, that they call tilapia, right? You know how many money some country make out of tilapia? We have all the fish. We have all the things. Why are we polluting the water? The same water that we are polluting, when they that's it, the rainfall, these same that come on shore and it creates sand. That sand causes pollution. And when somebody in here, you see people get chloride, because the same thing goes to the water that people drink, the pump that people take bath, all the things they affect people. To be honest, I'm telling you the truth here. If you don't like it, if you're watching the show, you don't like the truth, no problem. But this is what I'm telling you. We need to do more. I was on ground and I saw how things are. And I will tell you, no if or covering about this or that or who you for or who you not for. It's all about Liberia. It's not about whether I'm for Joseph Boaga or I'm for this person. It's about Liberia. We tend to put too much, party sentiment first than the country as a whole. No, this is not about anybody. It's about Liberia. Liberia need to be a better place for our children and for people, for generation to come. We can't keep moving into a cycle, a cycle, a cycle. We solve symptom and we don't solve the actual problem. We don't want to have that. We don't want to have that. To be honest, and that's one of the issues that I saw was very, very. And another thing, because of this bad road condition, I tell you, you see, the thing that you see, I set the tune and I'm about to explain some of the circumstances that I have because of this same road condition that I explained. If we had a very unique commercial road leading from Vietown all the way to Broadview or to Douala, we wouldn't have had car breaking down, this one happening, and people will have to walk. I walked 5 different times from what it is from Douala all the way to Freeport before I able to get one motorbike or something, and were able to go home at night. Imagine I did a video all on that. I have all the video. I have all the evidence. It's not something that I'm just creating or I'm just saying. So I'm telling you that we need to do more. We need to do more. And I'm using this particular medium to call on the authority, you know, the authority responsible for some of these things to be put into place. Please make maximum use of government resources to meet the public need. How do you meet the public need? These are some of the things that that satisfy the public. If you cannot build good road, you're not doing well for the public because you have business people who paying the taxes. You have investor who want to come and invest, but when they don't see all the things, then it doesn't attract them so that they can be able to put money somewhere. So it is very important. We cannot be building commercial rule and forsake, I mean, say, a bush rule rather, or rural rule, and forget about commercial rule. That particular place, they anybody who can relate or who is watching the things, right? You can tell that from Freeport, how busy that place can be from Freeport going all the way to Douala. It's one of the busiest places. You can't even see space. People are just passing market. People are passing. It's very busy. So how will you forsake such a role that you have, a lot of businesses? You have Seti Brother, you have the other one, Fuani, you have all the different businesses. Then you forsake that role. You expect those business people to pay their taxes and face the rule as well. No, it's not the people's responsibility. These are commercial rules that you should fix. You should prioritize commercial rule and fix it well first. And somebody myself went into the conversation. They said, "Oh, yeah, the people can fix the road because the people in the day they will cause traffic." You think that in the day America can fix road? Yeah, when they're fixing I-95, they do it at night when you have less than less traffic. That's when you start fixing the road, and you start fixing it from one side of the road. You establish one side of the road before you fix another side. Then the car can use the other side before you finish with the other side. Then the car that we're using the other side can use the other side. That's how the fix work. You have to be. We see these things and we don't borrow. That's why even as a Christian, the Bible says we should be imitator. We should be imitator of of Christ as dear children. But it's always good to emulate good things. We come to America, we see how the people do these things and see how these things are done. We don't emulate these things and execute these things in our country. We just see it and just say, "Oh yeah, we want the money." When we get the money for project, no implementation visibility. You can see it. They eat the money and we can see it. I tell you, I did my own personal assessment and I'm telling you this for real. If you think that I'm joking or I'm creating my own story, go in Liberia and see for yourself what I'm saying. That if I don't know, if somebody's watching, they will be able to bear the same witness, right? Even in real life, there are a lot of dirt. The dirt is moving from, I think, about 100 or 200 feet dirt. 100 or 200 feet dirt. And in the midst of that dirt, people are selling. You have food that are exposed, fly leaves from the dirt and goes on the food. You know what I mean? It causes a lot of sickness and disease. This shouldn't be happening in the 21st century. We have all this different situation in the past. Why are we still having this kind of situation? Because of poor leadership or because of corruption? We have to tackle the thing called corruption. Anybody who is found to be corrupt should be penalized. There should be a retribution. There should be even a law that if you are caught, you be put in a jail 5 or 10 years. When you don't set precedent, people will always do things as the normal way. They will always do things as the normal way. But to tell you, I had my own experience when I went to Liberia. I did assessment. Another thing I wanted to strike is, the motorcycle, right? And there was a time where the police had created setting, a barricade, about the motorcycle can, fly on the side because they don't have this thing. It's very good as a as a motorcycle, right? You need the helmet. You cannot be riding motorbike and have slipper on your foot. God forbid that slipper slip and you put your face down. By the time your face leave the road, they have something called a SMIC system. People who drive will tell you about the SMIC system. You have to inhale while you are steering. So it's like when you're on the motorbike today, you are also steering while you are on the motorbike. So your eye have to keep focused. You have to inhale. So the moment you wear slipper and your slipper slip and you look down, your eye already lost that particular road. 5 or 3 seconds, you off that road, you going somewhere, and your life is in danger. Liberian, you have to listen to you want to have changes, you have to listen to things that will make changes in Liberia. So as a motorcyclist, when they are telling you, oh, for your own safety, for safety reason, just for your own life, get a helmet. If possible, get one more for your passenger. And then also wear shoes. Get a vessel that they can identify you, that you are, yes, just to make yourself unique. A lot of motorcyclists never want to listen to this kind of rule. It just tell us how we are not law-abiding people. We have to, when we want to make changes, we have to accept things that help to bring changes. That was one of the assessment that I had. And I had an interview with I got a video as well. I had an interview with one motorcycle, and I was able to tell him. I say, these things that the people are telling you guys are for your own safety. As for your own safety, because what? God forbid you wear a slipper, and that slipper say your mind, the Smith system. You don't even looking. You're not aiming high. By the time you look down, you finish leaving the road. You're going hit somebody, or you're going somewhere, and who knows? Your head or something could happen to you because you don't have helmet. So people should learn how to follow some of these things, because these are things that bring changes. And that was one of the experiences that I had, coupled with the road issue. The road are bad. And then also the thing about dying. Liberian. We have to clean our city. And it start with you and me. No one will come from different country to say, oh yeah. I tell you, you take all Liberian, you bring them in America. And then you bring American in Liberia. Liberia will be better under the American, but in America, America will be just like Liberia. Because why? The thing about it is our mindset. We need to change our mindset. We need to change our mindset. We need to change our mindset. We cannot drink. I had, like, for instance, I drank few water in plastic. I drank plastic water. All the water, most of the water that I drank was plastic water. People are asking me, "Oh, where you come from, America? Why you acting so simple?" I said, "Well, this is where I was from. In America, is not heaven. America is not heaven. It's just a place of opportunity that anybody can be afforded. It's not a heaven. Not many people live in Africa and they live better than some people live in America. Yeah, so it's not heaven. It's how you define it. It's how you present it, define it. To yourself. I don't believe America is heaven. America is just a place of opportunity, because America can make you and also break you. So we have to clean our city, and it start with you and myself as Liberian. I saw a lot of people just throwing that in the street, throwing that in the street, throwing that in the street. Then I said, what? I drank a couple of plastic water, and I had the plastic in my hand. Somebody said, "Oh," but the motorbike guy said, "Oh, what you have in the plastic bag in your hand?" I said, "No, I have the plastic bag in my hand. I'm looking for where I will see that powder, like small, where to sweep and put that thing, because I know people will eventually take that dye." But we cannot be cleaning. We cannot be talking about cleanliness, and we ourselves making the city dirty. You know, I was very, very surprised to see that people throwing dirt in the street. I see a lot of things. People just put there anywhere. No control. No control. And the lack of control, I tell you, the lack of control can be as a result of undevelopment. You know, we don't want Liberia to be in the cycle. Why are we, making our own country? We always saying, "Oh, well, the other country developing, the other country." Nigerians are building a very unique estate, having a very unique, community, building. Do. We have to emulate some of these things, and it will not take Nigerian to come in to Liberia and do it for us. Do it for us. We Liberians have to do it for ourselves. So that one of the things that I saw that it was not impressive. Not impressive. As much as I saw a couple of people who were, on the cleanup campaign, also doing the best, but yet so much. And then the city mayor for these different area, because they have city mayor for Broadville, they have city mayor for Single, they have city mayor for different places. You got to be proactive. As a city mayor, you don't sit in office and just say you send people to do things, and if the thing is not done, then you feel that, oh yeah, I instructed people. You don't want to be speaking big terms, but the actuality of the work is not being done. Is that what we want to see Liberia for the next 10 years? We're still in cycle and no changes. It's not about going to a country and asking for loan or countries giving you money. It's not all about that. It's about simple things that we need to take care of. We as Liberians, we need to take care of. We need to clean our own city. You think the people who give you will can't sweep your own city or they can't clean your own city? We are now polluting the ocean. Prince Michael, myself, I see, one of the reasons why you see sometimes when people talk about Liberia is Miami, right? I tell you, you can't compare Liberia with Miami, but somehow, landscape wise, if you look at Liberia from the view, from up, if you're in a helicopter or in a plane, and you see the view of Liberia, right? You will tell. I've been to Miami. When I was in the plane, I saw how some of the landscape look. It's similar to how Liberia can be. It's similar to how you want to accurate, let accurate. It's similar with how Liberia can be if you look at landscape, but it's come to development. Are we developing the place? Are we making progress to make sure that that particular landscape, developed? You look at West Point. West Point is a very good place to start with, to build resort, and things and restaurants and great places for investors when they come in the night. They go in the ocean. They feel the breeze of the ocean. A lot of things. If you look at landscape, it's not like you can compare like bro Miami, but if anybody who have been in the air, anybody who have visited, fly over into some other area, like bro, landscape is very beautiful place that you can build and develop to be similar to Miami, landscape wise. It's not like Liberia is Miami, no. Let me make that clear because I know people will misconstrue things and say a lot of things. Oh, the guy was saying this and you're saying that. No, understand, landscape wise, if you look at some of the landscape of Liberia, it's similar. I've been in Miami. I flew over Miami with helicopter and things, and so I know how Liberia is. I know landscape wise, you can tell, but Liberia is not Miami. So let me make that clear. But to tell you that we need to make our country a better place. The dike are too much. Dike. I mean, in the capital city, you have dike powder like that, and it's not just foreigner who come in to put it there. It's we Liberian. We have to do more about our country. So my experience I had, when it comes to my own personal assessment of how I see this country, right? There are a lot of things that need to be done. A lot of things that need to be done. I think the previous government, you know, did a part, but it did not do much. I think the previous government did the part, but it did not do much. And there is a huge challenge for this particular government, but more need to be done. People need to really, really work hard. They need to be very proactive. Leave from the office and see, go on the field and see the thing for yourself. It's about project implementation visibility. If you're responsible for city cleaning, do it with that proactiveness, and make sure that it is clean because we want to see a better Liberia. We want to see a better Liberia. You can be having dike. Look, 200 feet of dike in real life. Anybody who watching the particular podcast now, deny me of what I'm saying. 200 feet of dike. And in the midst of that, people are selling. And the flies are leaving the dike going on the food, what people are buying. You know what I mean? People get sick and die. Not every sickness is called by witchcraft. Sometimes people get sick, get some sickness just by them things. A fly leaving from the dike. After putting her mouth in all kind of thing and put it in the same food and you eat it, you get sick. It's happening. Real lifetime. I've seen the thing. I was there. I wrote. I was in keke. I was on motorbike all along. All that's too strategic. The only time I ride car was in the morning. My sister-in-law would take me to the bank. Wherever I want to get, I get it. And then I get on motorbike straight or keke straight to where I was doing my late project or so. So I saw things. I went, in the middle of things, and in the night, most of the time I walk from the Wala to Freeport, walk, and I saw a lot of young people. A lot of young people. I want to say another thing again. We have to build a good center to help our young people. There are a lot of young people are getting damaged. A lot of young people are getting damaged. We need to build a training center, a center, so that we can be able to help the young people so that they can find something to do, some skills and things. And then at the end of the day, find something, at least they don't have to make millions of dollars. These guys are, I was really, really, hurt to see some of my friends. We all grew all in the community, and some of my friends, we all went to school, high school, to see them, in the light, the state and things. I saw some of them, in the midst of Zogo, and I felt very, very hurt. I cry and, and wept and say, oh God, oh God. I know it's about decision making, because if you don't make good decision, most likely you'll be one of them or so. But let us create a center. The government have to build some center for the young people, because if the young people become vulnerable, there's a most likely they will become a criminal or do anything, you know, uh, 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 illicit or something, to harm people or to jack people's phone. That's why you have more people jacking people's phone and doing things. This is real time things. It's not about criticizing Liberia. It's about what I saw, and I'm, recommending things that will help and build our country. So, I mean, if you're watching, believe me or not, this is what I saw for myself. It is not something that I'm creating. The first thing is we cannot be focusing on a bush rule. We building. It's good to build bush rule. Let me set that tone first. It's good to build every rule. Every rule is important, but you cannot focus on bush rule and forget about commercial rule. The rule from Freeport has been long awaited rule. I was there 2021. That same rule being alive, and then I went back 2024. Imagine 3 years after, the rule is still the same. So what happened to the previous government? Was it was there any money, or I guess they said there were money, but why did it delay? Or is it something that fire will play or something was done to eat that money and then just get the road, let the road be there, we'll put some breaking black in the hole, and the road is bad. I tell you, a lot of car make accident we have, and when a car, especially truck, continuous truck fall, where will you do? You don't even have something to even lay that to even get that caterpillar or something to even, or forklift or something to level that thing. Say hi. It takes why, and then people in traffic, people got to go home. I had to walk several times. I mean, we cannot be having like people like that. We have to do more. We have to do more. We can't be focusing on Bush Road and forget about this commercial road. We have Seti Brothers, all the different stores. These guys pay taxes to the government. What are we doing? So I'm calling on the government to take a very unique action. I'm calling on Jose Yuma Bwaka and his team, those that are responsible for these road issues, the public works and other people. Let us do more for our country. We come here and see all the beautiful things. We must learn to emulate things. Even as Christian, the Bible says we should emulate Christ, our dear children. We may even emulate something good, So when we come here in this country and see good things, we must learn to emulate these things, because they are going to help our country. They are going to help our country, a lot. They are going to help our country a lot. So that was one of my experience. Another experience, the diet are too much. Why are we Liberians are keeping our own country dirty? You think foreigner will come and clean the dirt for us? It takes you and I to keep our city clean. I was surprised even in the great America here. There are times when I'm driving, I see a group of people have the pickup, you know, and they are taking dirt from the street. They are taking dirt. Then I wonder, wow, even in the great America, where they say, oh yeah, everything is okay, people are still here taking dirt from the street. What about us? What about us? What about us? We Liberian. You think foreigner will come and make our city clean? No. We have to do more for our country. We have to keep our city clean. The day they have made the day so much that it gone into the water, the ocean. I said that it's the deck is floating on top of the water. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. And Liberia, according to our history, Liberia is so rich in living our water. You know how many? That buka we call buka tilapia, right? People make a lot of money on 3, 4, $5 million. People make other country make from tilapia. We can make use. We can make use of our water and make money out of that. But yet we just do anything we want to do. This all comes to education too. We have to educate our people. That's why we have to build a center. That's why I'm saying a center is very important. In that center, you can educate people. And most of the young people who are in the street, let me tell you, the Zoko things have increased. The last time I went there were many. Now they are beaucoup. Sorry for my English. If you can't understand beaucoup, they are more. But it's very alarming, and it's not a good thing, because take for instance, most of the guys, they are vulnerable to anything that might come to appease them. Anything. Somebody can say, "Oh, let's go do this. I'll give you $100." They will fall, because what? The guys are hungry for money. They want things. And if you don't create an avenue to prevent some of these things, there will be a tragic incident that you will not even want to have. So it's very important. It's very important. So I'm using this platform, the Rahim Show, to call on the government. If you are watching, whatever you are watching from via Facebook and YouTube, it is important. I was in Liberia and I saw some of the things. People would just go in Liberia and go from office to office. They don't even care about going among. I got a lot of video. If you want me to get in a debate, I will provide a lot of video here so you can be able to see it. I was when I go to Liberia, I have people about me. Go behind me and ask. I don't act like American male. I don't put tower yell. I will be simple. You see me lecturing with people, go among people, walking. I walk from the bank all the way to my old store, the place I used to be doing my business. I walk, and like simple person. No, more people never. I want people who knew that I left from Liberia. My brother, welcome. People see me say papa me because they see me there's somebody who get a late business here in Liberia, because I don't go and be a pompous, because this is where I came from. It doesn't matter where I have been. This is where I came from. So I've been with the people and I saw some of the things and did my own. As I was moving about, I was taking my own assessment. I was doing things and reviewing, on the aggregate reviewing. I didn't go all over the content places, no, but the little thing that I saw, even from the capital, a standpoint, right? I can tell you, we have more work to be done in Liberia. More work needs to be done. More work needs to be done. We cannot be building important, like all the roads and forget about commercial road and die. And then also we need to build center for these young people. Young people are spoiled. Drinking, smoking has become a that's why you have even drugs. That one of the issues I want to talk about. One of the issues I want to talk about, drugs. I was so, I don't even know what kind of word to borrow from addiction, but I was so much frustrated when I saw, in my own eye, I saw young people, hiding themselves, and they were doing drugs. They were doing drugs. And I was like, wow. So the thing is very real. It's very, very real. Young people are into drugs in Liberia, and it's becoming a very serious, a problematic, situation in Liberia. You know, so I'm also calling. I know the drug enforcement agencies are doing, incredible work. They just arrested some ton of drugs or so, but there are more work to be done. We need to focus on center. We need to build center for I guess most of the young people have bright future. It's just because, poverty has caused, and then wrong decision making and wrong friend peer group have led them into this kind of thing. Because sometimes it is the friend, my dad used to tell me it's better to be alone than to dwell in an ill company. Sometimes your friends can lead you astray. Your friends can tell you, say, "Oh, let's go do this," and you follow because you want to appease your friend. You follow him. So sometimes peer pressure and things lead, some of the young people astray. I tell you, there are beautiful young people who can make a great, society, make a great, or person, they are just spoiling. They're just spoiling. Young people. Yeah, I was surprised to see one of my own friends. We all went to school together. Smart guy. He said, came to me, "Oh, Ricky, I was like, Mama, why are you doing this? Why?" "Man, I got nothing to do, brother. What kind of way I would do, man? Give me money, let me do business now." That was the saying. Even though I never had money to get him business. So it just tells you we need to do more. A lot of things are going on. A lot of things are going on in Liberia. And I tell you, I'm speaking honestly from my heart. Speaking honestly from my heart, because I want to see a better Liberia. I was there. I did my own assessment. This is not about whether you're for political party or whether you're for this. No, this is about a real thing that I saw by my own eye. I was doing an assessment while enjoying my organic food, but I was also doing an assessment while moving along with these people, going waterside, selling the business. See, a lot of business people, they're not really making much business. You go to a business store, you see, so now only one customer enter the store. They're not making business, and yet the people are paying taxes. How do we create a way for the people to make business? Because you want people like Brenda to stay in business. You got foreigner taking over the whole business sector. You have foreigner taking over the whole business sector. A Liberian for you see, more Liberian in here. It's very, very high. It's very rare for you to see a Liberian in here. Very rare. So it just tell you that we need to do more. A lot of things, we need to do more. I'm surprised that, some of my colleagues did not join, so we can discuss this. But it's very important that we do more in Liberia, and then we need to clean our city. We need to clean our city, and I tell you, nobody will clean it nobody will clean it for us, rather, except we ourselves change our mind. Change our mind. We come to America, we see even in the great America, you see people taking death on the street. I've seen this several times. You see people picking on death on the street, and even in America, they have people that are paid to clean the death. What more about Africa? When they imagine the great America, people clean death on the street. Why we see this thing, we can prioritize ourselves to make our country clean. You know how many young people will be safe if we keep our city clean? You know how many? I said 200 feet. I'm not telling you I ride motorbike right to the deck. I got a picture, everything and all. 200 feet. 200 feet. Maybe in subsequent podcasts, I will share that video or share that let's say something, because the video right now I had to go through all my video, and I don't want to pause the podcast, but I do have a lot of video, a lot of evidence, a lot of things. I took picture of it, I took video of it, and when I in the keke riding, I took it like this, right? I took it almost 200 feet of that, 200 feet of that. And people are selling in the midst of that diet, and then flies are leaving, going on the food. People are eating it. You know how many sickness? If we clean our city, not many people will survive. Not many people, not many hospital bed will be free if we clean the city. We have to clean our city. And then the same dirt is going to the ocean. You see all the water are floating with dirt. You see the dirt that on top. I have all the video. I tell you, I went to Liberia and on my strategic trade, but I also observe things and see for myself, so I can be able to see these things and talk about it. So that it's not about criticizing. It's not about I love Liberia more than anybody. I don't want to lie to anybody. I want to see a better Liberia. I want to see a better Liberia because me, love to go back and do my own business there. I love to go back and do my business. So I want to see a better Liberia. And that's one of the striking things to me, to see that we are not doing, we Liberian, we ourselves are not doing well. We have to clean our city. Nobody will clean it for us. We cannot be drinking. Like I said earlier, I have 3 different plastic barrels of water that I drank. And somebody, why are you still holding it there? I said, no, I'm not throwing it there, because if I'm the one who coming to be talking about this thing, throwing there any kind of way, then with me, I shouldn't talk about it. With me, myself, yeah, I have a problem. But I was holding that day and waited until I went somewhere where I saw somebody had swept the day. I said, oh, let me put it there. They said, oh, yeah, put it there. They were able to take that day, at least. But we cannot be clean. We cannot be keeping our city dirty, knowing that this thing there will affect our, somebody who will eat food from that fly that will fly over that day or so. So it's very important. It's very important that we take note. And those in authority that are responsible, especially the city mayor. City mayor need to be very proactive. You cannot be reactive and sit in office, and then yes, you give instruction, but yet you yourself don't go on a field and see these things and make decisions. And we need to educate our people. We need to build a center where we can train young people and also educate people. People go there and teach them. We need to keep the city clean. Play some video. Let it go in the brain. Let people mind be changed and know that cleanliness is nice to godliness. Cleanliness is good, because when your city is clean, you breathe good air. Ventilation. Breathe. You inhale and exhale good things. But people just do anything any kind of way. They don't want to be obedient. The same thing with the motorcycle. The police had a barricade somewhere and tell them that they're not flying in the area because why? They don't have the proper gear or so. And they were fighting, they're making arguments. So I asked one of them, I had an interview with one of them. I said, but what the police are saying, is it not good for your own safety? And he said, no, people, no, it's not good. And the people that don't want us to survive. I said, "Man, the guy is not stopping you from surviving. They're not saying motorbike shouldn't just fly or none of your riding motorbike anymore. That's not what they're saying. They are saying get the proper gear, get a helmet for your own salvation, just in case. And when you fall, at least you have something to protect your hair. Then also don't wear slipper because we would drive. They got something called Smith system. Smith systems where you got to aim high while steering. You don't want to leave your eyes off the road. So take for instance, you're wearing slipper and the slipper just slack small and you're trying to correct you. Once your eye leave on that road, obviously you're going to hit something for your own safety. And then get a vest. At least get a vest. That vest will tell you that you are well attired to go by and go for your day. And then if you can get additional helmet for your passenger, get it, and then just look unique. Just the way you take, get up in the morning and say, "Oh, I'm going to my work." You consider your motorbike as your office. Say there is no joy, and this is what you do to survive. Consider it as your office and look unique. That's what the police were trying to, tell them. But the guys were fighting, arguing, and I was able to tell them. I said, "No, the guys are not stopping you from looking for your living. I know there is no job, government can provide job for everybody, and obviously people got to, do motorbike and survive. Because I have brothers who do motorbike to survive. But I was trying to educate them to tell them you have to get a proper gear because it's important for your own safety, and it's also important for your passenger, who is riding with you. So it's I mean, people have to be educated on these things, and we have to create these center. Different. I'm recommending center to the president, Joseph Yema Boaka. If you have anybody watching this podcast right now, I'm recommending that we have a center for our young people, and the center can also be used for education, to educate people about how to clean the city, how these motorbikes that fly, how to educate them for proper gear. You cannot be driving even a keke. You cannot be in the keke and wear slipper. Plenty just slipper, how that thing can slack sometime. So you don't have to wear the things and go by your day. You look good. This is your office because you don't have a physical job. This is what you do. This is considered a job. That's why I love America about dignity of labor. And every job here is very important. You don't overlook somebody who is a custodian. You don't overlook them. It's very important. Every job here is important. Somebody can be a custodian and buy a Bugatti. You will be in your 6 or 10 feet job. You can be buying your total means your Hutimo and buy some Hutimo. So you see, so it's very important that we build these centers for our young people. A lot of I saw my own friend. He's going to Zogo now. I was very touched. I see the guy and myself went to school together. There you go. I never had money to pour into business as he requested, but I was able to advise him, give him what I would have given. But it just tell you that most of our young people, they deserve something, to change their future. I mean, some of these decisions they make is because of peer pressure and because of friends and because of nothing to do. But if we have these centers in place, it will help our young people. It will help them a lot, and it will save a lot of lives. These centers can also be used for education, to clean our country, educate people. Have some time where you carry even the people. This is Zogo. We can use these people. I don't want to be using the word Zogo because I feel these guys are so important too in society. I think they are just as important as I am. They are not Zogo. They have life. They have the same blood. But I'm just saying that this guy can still be educated and use the same people. There are a lot of people now, they have increased. They have a huge population now. So use the same people educated, and the same people can be used to clean the city. See? So the city mayor and whoever in authority, I'm calling them right now. So please take note. Please take note. My own assessment that when I was in Liberia, I'm not criticizing any government. This podcast is not about criticizing. It's about something that I saw, and I'm making recommendation, to those in authority that are responsible for these specific, area to make progress, to be proactive, Don't sit in your office and just make direction or make a command or say they don't boss these people, but rather go and see things for yourself. We have to make our country great, and it start with you and I. You and I. So I'm calling on the president and all those in authority who have been appointed for this specific area. When it comes to road, we can't be building bush road and forget about commercial road. Very important. And I know that the Japanese government took over that road from Vietown all the way to Dualan. And I know that that road should have been built on the previous government, but it delayed or so. And I don't know why would they delay, especially we are in the rain season. So until that that road is going to be basically it's going to start after the whole race season because we are in race season in Liberia now. So it just tell you how we are delaying. It's not. It's causing a lot of business people and it causing a lot of people. I have to walk. I had to walk. I don't have a problem with walking, but it's just that it was a bad experience for somebody who want to see a change in Liberia. It was a bad experience. So I'm just using this particular time to call on the government. We have more work to be done. It is not about sitting in office. It's not about traveling. It's good to lobby. It's good to, go out there, make some contact, which is good. But it's also good to keep our city clean and, take care of our people. And these guys that are in the street, they are increasing. The population is increasing gradually. And as more as you don't do anything for this guy, the likelihood that more people will join them. And these are all vulnerability. Anybody who know the word vulnerability, these are all vulnerability because and most likely this guy can become enemy of the state, can become this and become that. People who are rational will tell you what I'm saying. You know, young people need to be empowered somehow. We're not saying get everybody can work, but create center. I'm recommending center. The main reason I'm creating center because I go to center most of the time. I go to different center. They have the Bean Center in Colombia for 50 years old and above. They have so many center for elderly. They have center for young people. They have center, different centers. Create these centers so that you can use this center to educate people to create some sort of training for the young people so that they can leave the street. When you have all the people trained, I tell you, if you send 100 people to center to get trained, most likely 25 will be a good person. So you see, you reduce the ratio of 100 already. You reduce that because why? If 25 become productive, you reduce it. Then for you to just leave them there, then 100 become more and more because they are left and they are already recruiting. They are encouraging the friends who will come and join them, who not get nothing to do. Oh, but let's go do the one. Let's go to the place. Let's go steal. Let's go do the one. So I'm encouraging the government to do more, more, more. Please, I am calling Jose Yoma Bwaka as a peaceful Liberian that reside in the diaspora. I'm using this time and calling on the president-elect, Jose Yoma Bwaka. If he got anybody who is listening to me that can relate this information to his office, to the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, I'm calling all of you who has been charged with the responsibility to carry out the function of Liberia, because there's so many people who have been appointed in different places. Please take note. We need a better Liberia. I was in Liberia and I supported this particular government. I went and see things for myself. I'm not saying things because I want to create an imaginary story or create some kind of fictional, things. I saw things for myself, and those are things that I'm speaking of, that I'm speaking to rather. Things that I saw, that's what I'm speaking to. I'm not just creating any story. I'm calling on the government to do more when it comes to these different areas. Rural network is very important because it creates investor to come over. When an investor come, they are not looking at not necessarily skyscraper building, but you look at the uniqueness of your city, how clean it is, how your road network is, electricity, if you prioritize electricity. One of the things I wanted to talk about is also electricity. We cannot be having Christmas like we say we have electricity, where current can just go. No. We need a stable electricity. I don't know what happened to the hydro, but the hydro has been long awaited. We need to have a stable electricity, a stable current. And it had to go as far as everywhere in every part of Liberia. Liberia is just a small country. Compare Liberia with Nigeria, you just minute. You get something they still the same to like Nigeria. Nigeria is 300, some almost 400, some more million. And then you just, I think, approximately 6 million. You are 6 million. Imagine, you small. Liberia will be one of the richest country, I can tell you. You know, when I was back home, when I was in LU, I was just share the experience with you. We're doing a research on the Darfur conflict, Sudan, the Darfur conflict. I don't know, you can read it, 2003. I was doing the research, I about to graduate in LU 2003. So I was doing the research that the professor had given me, from management had given me a research, and they said, would you do anything about the Darfur conflict? So I choose the Darfur conflict. And I went to City Hall there, opposite City Hall where they had the Omeo headquarters, right? I went there and I was able to ask some of these guys about the Darfur conflict because I needed more research people, to be able to complete my work. So I asked some of these guys, and I met one American guy who taught me more about my country than I know myself. The guy taught me more about Liberia than I know. He said, "Don't you know that Liberia, your country, is so rich, but the people here doesn't love this country?" He was able to tell me that, and I said, "Why do you think so?" He said, "I'm telling you this. I'm telling you. Am I Liberian?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm American, but I see it every day. I see how people, they only want thing interest for themselves. They don't want anything for like the country." He said, "Your country is so small. He said the population is so small. He said, just by your resources, if you utilize it well, you can live a very good life." And I tell you. And I tell you, even a lot of folks, some of my folks who ship things from Liberia, they will tell you how they charge at the port, National Port Authority, how they charge for just a 20 feet container, almost 10,000 now. A lot of money. Where are those money going? Just 20 feet. You know how many people have businesses, tie and other things people are bringing to the country, and they get a container free and other thing. We are making a lot of money, but we have to use the money for the main reason, main reason. And we have to also not forget that when somebody work, we don't do that in America yet. That one of the things on a side note, you can allow civil servant to work 3 months, then they don't have pay. That's a complete swear. Swear can follow the government. I'm telling you, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. Somebody can work for 90 days, then they need to get 1 month pay yet. And more beside, how much money are they getting first? $100. $100 somebody is getting, then they can get it in 3 months' time they have worked. All the things attribute to corruption. All the truth, because at the end of the day, the man who not get paid, he will end up doing some crooked deed just to get money to feed his family. Crooked deed. If things, let me tell you, if we are transparent and we have these transparency in place, and also we put rules to govern the transparency, people will not be corrupt. People will not be corrupt. We create the avenue for corruption sometimes. Take for instance, somebody get 3 children or 4 children. How do you expect a man to feed his whole family if he has civil servant, he can get paid for 3 months? He will end up doing anything possible to raise money because you got to pay rent, you got to feed your family, you got to feed your children. Obviously, you can't stay hungry. You can't go take loan and just remain in debt. No. So these are all reality. Reality. If you are watching this particular show via Facebook and YouTube, this is the reality. We have reality check that we have to face. We have to face the problem. We can solve the symptom and have the problem still in existence. Somebody once said to keep the problem extinct, you have to solve the root cause. Liberia want to keep the problem extinct. They have to solve the root cause. They have to solve the root cause. So these are different areas that I, observed when I was on my strategic trip in Liberia, and I just wanted to speak to these different areas. And I'm asking the government or those in authority that are responsible for some of the area to do more, to be very proactive, to be very, very proactive. We need a better Liberia, and that's all we are praying for here. I tell you, nobody's in my heart, but God knows my heart. The way I'm praying for Liberia to be better. You don't know. Liberia be better. Liberia be one of the sweeter place. No, Liberia is sweet, but we have to make Liberia a sweet place. Liberia is a sweet place. When I ate my organic, you want to eat that thing in America, yeah? You will have to buy plenty of money and spend plenty of money. How many free? The way we can move about in America, people who watching the show now, you can relate. You can't move about like that. You can't move about like that in America. Everybody busy. Many people are not home because they're at work. You know, eat my organic food, move to the other person's place, go and visit my auntie, go and visit the one. How many times you do that in America? Yeah, you can't. So it's a better place that we need to, fix ourselves. No one can fix it for us. We have to fix it ourselves. So I'm using this time. I know my colleagues are so busy, so that when I able to join, and then this was just a welcome, to just get back on the podcast. So say, I'm back, and we're gonna resume our normal business as usual. But on a serious note, we have to do more in Liberia. We have to do more like from my own experience and own assessment. These are different areas that I observe, and the motorcyclists need to always follow the rules. These are all safety rules for your own safety. If you're watching the things and you're in Liberia and you're riding your motorbike, I'm encouraging you follow safety rule. For your own life. For your own life. You don't even have different sign. You don't even have light. You don't even have all the things in place. So having a proper gear help to save your life. Wearing a helmet save your life. I would drive. I was on motorbike in Duburo. There was a motorbike accident that just occurred. The guy hit the whole wall. Just what I'm telling you, experience hit the whole wall. You see the blood that will come in. Before the ambulance cancel the man, I already bled a lot. I don't know whether you're gonna ask for blood. It just tell you some of these things that the police are trying to help you, get are all important, or the country trying to help you to get. It's all important for your own safety. Try to follow the rules. Try to get the helmet. Don't wear slipper when you're riding motorbike. Please slipper. Why you wear please slipper? See the motorbike you're doing. Since there is no work for you to do, see it as your office and look unique. Get the vest. If possible, get additional helmet for your rider also for your own safety. I'm encouraging you to for your own safety. And to all Liberians, if you are watching this in America, yeah, you have your family in Liberia, or wherever you're watching from in Liberia now. I know you're late in Liberia, it's already in the morning, but I want to tell you, let's keep our city clean. And it start with you and myself. No one else would do it. Let's start keeping our city clean. Let's set the precedent for our own safety. And the next child will not get sick just because the city is dirty. Because most likely the fly will come over the food and you prepare this food and you expose the food, the fly go and touch the food, and one of the child will go and eat that food, get sick, and you say, oh, that witchcraft kid, my child also no. So let's try to keep our city clean. And to our government, finally, I want to say, let's do more for our country. Let's put our country first. All of those who are appointed, some of my colleagues are ministers. I'm also using this time to encourage them. I got a lot of friends who are ministers, and I'm using this time to encourage them. Please use your office for the purpose of bettering Liberia. For the purpose of bettering Liberia. Let me Liberia a better place and save for our society. It will help us. It will not help only us, but for our children to come. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. For some of you who support this platform, I want to say thanks for your support as always. I never had a chance to have some of my colleagues online today, but hopefully I was able to share my own experience. I know some of you are watching via Facebook and YouTube, but I want to say it was a good thing to be back, and that was just some experience that I had and something that I just wanted to share here as we build our country, our common denominator, Liberia. We have to do more for our country, and no one else can do it for us. But don't forget to purchase the book about my brother Charles P. Daniel. He'll be launching that book uh, in November, and I'm going to be, joining that trip to for that launching. But I want to, share the book again. I know a lot of you have had a dark moment in your life, and it's amazing that while he was writing this book, he was having his own dark, movement, and he decided to, come up with a masterpiece. I haven't get a copy of the book yet. I'm trying to get it myself, but I'm encouraging you, and I'm gonna share the link momentarily for you to also purchase a copy. Is a very good, book. It has to do with overcoming doubts and dark movement. We all have dark movement in our life, challenges, things that come, to to bring her down, but you always remember to have the ability to consummate failure as a challenge. And I love him. He's my friend. He's my brother, and I sharing this because I know, uh, you know, he has done an incredible work written. This is a third book, The Forever Intelligence, who is one of the great book too. You can also find that. Let me share the link to purchase that book. Go to that link, and then you can be able to get the book. The link there, on the screen. Go there. You can be able to purchase that book. This is your own Liberian. Very incredible young man. And I have sat with him before, and I've seen what he's capable of doing, and he had written, this is a third masterpiece. Great, mind, great intelligent person. So, support your own librarian by purchasing the book. So, well, I want to wrap up because I had a great time here, and it's also good to be back. So maybe on Thursday, we will come back on the show. But thanks for always following our show. For some of you who send your comment and share the podcast as well, I want to say thank you for your support. And then don't forget, we are entering into the summer. Let me recap the business people. If you are looking for good African wear, African suit, if you are watching this show and you want to know where you can get good African suit for you and your spouse, I tell you, look no more, because at AC, which is African Collection, the CEO is my own sister Antoinette. And also, don't forget too, if you're looking for a good collabo, good suit, office wise, or dress wise, or to different occasion, don't forget to visit T Ben Classique. This is where your price equate quality. Your price equate quality. So I'm encouraging you, if you're looking for good suit for your spas and including yourself, visit these two different places, and not forgetting my own brother Sao, who is the CEO of Simple But Heavy. This guy sell a lot of unique, simple things, but it's very heavy. That's why he need a brand. Simple but heavy. Simple but it's heavy. Very quality that you will not find around. Mostly, I tell you, you will not find a replication of what he sell or what he brings. So try to go, visit them, and they are on Facebook. Visit them, purchase from them, and maybe another day I will share information about them. But these are places you can find quality men's, and women. For AC Classy, she specializes in mostly women. If you want some handbags, very good, unique African handbags, you can get that. And you can also get some chain, some different, chain that you can go with some different gown, different. She sell a lot of ladies things, you can get that from her. And she also said men's, man goose, suit, everything else. But at T Banks Class C is where you get Jen. Real Jen, like for occasion, for office, if you want to look sharp on they come in hot weather, look nice, visit T and Bank Class C. That way you can find all, and then quality equate your price. And you will find all the, good quality men, suit, you know, visit T Band Classic, and you'll find it. And then don't forget about Simple But Heavy. The man who make his sample, he bring like a few. You will not find it anywhere. I have one, his product several times, and I've not seen that product anywhere. That's why he need the brand Simple But Heavy. It's very simple, but it's kind of heavy, because you won't find it anywhere. So, folks, thank you for taking your time to be part of the show, and I'm happy to be back. This is just a welcome, you know, uh, show, just to say my own experience when it comes to the 2 weeks that I stayed in Liberia. But it was an awesome time. I ate good food. I ate organic food. I had fun, and but it's important that our leaders take note of some of these things that I just mentioned. Until then, folks, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to say thank you to all of you who follow, all of you who reach out to me, all of you who have been part of the show. I want to say always be a part of this show. This show is about promoting Liberian culture, promoting one another as Liberian, of living people from different society. We just want to see a better society and a better world. Because if we see a better world, I tell you, our children will have a good future. So until then, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you next talk. I will see you this Thursday rather, uh, as we discuss different things that will be on our agenda. So good night to everyone, and it was nice being back on the show. Until then, good night.